Jujutsu Kaisen is about death, what it means to have a proper death, and how to die without regrets. It's no mistake that the series starts with Yuji's grandpa's dying words. This theme is also why Yaga's speech about Jujutsu was so important for Yuji to hear, and why so many people in Jujutsu society want to change the current system, because it creates more sorcerers who will die filled with regret for no good reason. It's also why characters like Sukuna and Kenjaku live throughout the ages, because they can't find something that will fulfill them in their lives so that they can die without regret. Sukuna does whatever he pleases, but he knows he won't be satisfied, and Kenjaku is actually trying to create something beyond his imagination, thinking that after that, he'll be able to die happy. I haven't even touched on the Culling Games, where pretty much every ancient sorcerer has traversed throughout the ages because of their regrets. Death is very much the lifeblood of the series, and I fully understand that. But even so, there are too many deaths that are meaningless and contribute nothing to the story. Nanami gets blown up by Mahito. Nobara seemingly suffers the same fate. Yaga gets sentenced to death because it was determined that he caused the Shibuya incident. Yuki is dealt a fatal blow by Kenjaku. Kashimo gets destroyed by Sukuna. These are just some of the deaths that don't feel as though they serve any larger purpose. They're dying for the sake of dying. I understand that treating death as a random unavoidable thing is a feature of the story, but we don't really get to see how it affects people enough at all, or really, how anything affects people lately. There wasn't much of a reaction to Nobara's death at all, despite her being a major friend to both Itadori and Megumi. Then there's deaths that should have had massive ramifications, like Maki murdering her entire clan, one of the big three families. But instead, we got nothing. Jujutsu Kaisen is incredibly plot-driven. It doesn't take the time to process things or focus on characters. We often move quickly from one plot scene to another, and consequently, from one death to another. The problem with this is that it gets boring after a while. When you know another tragedy awaits, eventually you will lose interest because you can't be bothered to feel sorry for the characters, and eventually, even if the characters end up winning, it'll feel empty because you're so detached. So much death can hurt investment in a story, and it feels like narrative depth, character development, and emotional investment have all been sacrificed for the sake of strategic spectacle. But I'm just one guy, maybe I'm wrong. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. It really helps me out, and I'll see you guys next time.